I don't see it.
Wow. I have no light.
I say we will also promote the world of works that allow for the free distribution by the people, such as works that are in the public domain and works that are licensed under the terms of a Creative Commons license. These aren't the exact words, but that are licensed under the terms of a Creative Commons license that in majority asks for attribution. So this has more to do with promoting these works um, while also boycotting other works that are not a part of licensed in sharing this way. So that's how it is supporting.
Okay, so you're not supporting artists and writers who choose not to make their material available
Publicly,
open.
yeah.
You're boycotting.
What? Also doing that, yes.
Okay,
But
which
also
is not
promoting.
support.
It is two things. It's not just one thing.
Because I understand what the conflict is. Okay, hold on. Okay, this is Scott's questions right now. If anyone else has questions for clarity, I can help if you want me to. Just let me know. So now, okay, just to present exactly the exchange. If I'm correct, no, you're not editing. Anyone else that has questions, come on in. Donald, do you have a question? I was wondering if, well, first off, may I clarify the answer to his? Because I'm on stack. No? Okay, then I'll skip that. Okay, I was wondering, is this only for clarification, or?
Yes, there are questions on 30.
Oh, then I'll have to wait until we can go for
Anyone else?
other things.
Okay. So, well, I'm an author.
Do you want
I
the
wrote a
answer
book
to
called
this, by the
Vegan
way?
Paradise.
Because I can tell you where
And I
someone is,
did
I can't tell the
make
rest
it
of you about it.
available as a free download. But it's also for sale.
Hi, Jack.
Online. Oh. Okay, I wrote a book called Vegan Paradise.
I wrote a book called Vegan Paradise.
Yes. And it's available online.
It's available online.
It can be a free download or people can buy it.
It can be a free download or people can buy it.
So, is that okay?
So is that okay?
Or does this even apply to that? Am I just telling you?
Or does that even apply to that?
That is okay because you are, by allowing people to download it, you're saying that people can download this. However, it would be more clear to specify how people can download it with a specific license for yourself, so that people can then know how that exactly you're implying that you can share it. So it's more clear. That would be my, like, that's like a side thing though. So it would not, yeah, would fine.
Any other,
Yeah.
sorry, go ahead.
There are several categories or types of websites described, but it would help to have some kind of example that applicable to what you're mentioning.
Do you mean what websites do you mean?
Like,
Refraining from using websites or the websites to promote?
what are the websites that you would like to refer or like to,
Oh, to get more of those.
not the event itself, but the event. What are the websites that this action will be against?
Oh, this action wouldn't be against any particular website. Specifically, I can think of. So, I mean, there's far too many to be able to.
Name one.
Hulu would be by example that would be not visited. That we would not visit. ABC, NBC, Comedy Central. Yeah, that's a gray area that I don't know.
That's not the same gray area.
That
This is why I have a friendly amendment
Hi.
on spectral.
we have a prenuptial agreement?
Yes, absolutely. When we get married to the media, because they're no, they're not a corporation anymore. Anyways.
Okay. Well, I want to go to ABC Chinese people.
Oh
Hi.
yeah.
What's the channel?
I have
I'll be back.
I have a
I just
in my
want
backpack.
everyone in
Hold,
my
hold
house
this,
to be gone by
but don't
time
point
I
at
get
me.
back. Stop crashing, okay? I'll be back.
Always with twist.
Well, the reason I came tonight is I heard there was going to be a vagina monologue. Somebody's distributing the paper right now. See you later.
All right.
See you one.
So I think that's it for questions. We're gonna up the stack for concerns. Um,
Does that count friendly amendments?
yeah.
Okay.
I have another one.
So now we're opening the stack for concerns.
If I need a book.
Oh no,
Yeah,
we'll,
you need
we'll get to that
both?
right now.
Do
Just
I?
so for this subject, I'm gonna hold it open for the next 15
It doesn't want to come on.
Come on down if you have any concerns about this proposal. Speak your mind now.
Well, I'm concerned with the fact that his question of clarity never really got answered.
No.
I think we have room for this to
This is clarity.
But I am concerned about that. That is a concern.
You had a concern. You were ahead of me.
I have a friendly amendment. I don't know if that counts as a concern or not. And like I said, I am concerned about the fact that your question never got answered, which I thought it should have.
All right, concerns are up. First concern again. Come on out.
By concerns, you mean criticisms?
Yeah, concerns and all that. But please speak out to the assembly. Mic check.
Mic check.
Mic check.
Mike, check!
Mic check.
Mic check.
I have no problem
Maybe I should go sit over there.
with an artist, an author, a musician who wants to give their work away. That's not the part of this
That's not the part of this
I'm concerned about.
I'm concerned about.
I also don't think
I also don't think
that's the most important part of this.
that's the most important part of this.
I think it's the big league.
I think it's a big league.
I am concerned about the person
I am concerned about the person
who writes the book,
who writes the book,
or the hundreds of people who make a movie,
or the hundreds of people who make a movie,
or the dozens of people who record a piece of music,
or the dozens of people who record a piece of music,
and who deserve a fair return
a fair return
for their work.
for their work.
They are working people.
They are working people.
I want to approach this from three ways.
Three ways.
What is the information that we're talking about?
What is the information that we're talking about?
I
Hey.
think it is not news
I think it is not news
or analysis.
or analysis.
It's movies and music.
It's movies and music.
It's entertainment.
It's entertainment.
Second,
Second,
the word censorship has been used on this
censorship has been used on this
and the previous
and the previous
proposal on the same subject.
proposal on the same subject.
But we're not talking about censorship.
We're not talking about censorship.
The material will be available.
The material will be available.
The question is, under what terms will it be available? Censorship is saying the material cannot be made available.
Censorship is saying the terms cannot be available.
Censorship is a very heavy word and should not be used loosely. Third, my third and last issue. There's a phrase going around, I don't know if it's used here, that information wants to be free.
Yeah, I like it.
Sentient beings have desires. Information is not the kind of thing that can want anything.
That kid.
What we're saying here is that some people want to get their movies and their music free without paying for it, without regard to the people who produced it and their needs to make a living. There are serious problems about copyright law, which has become very distorted and needs to be corrected. The best thing that Occupy can do to see to a good solution to copyright law is to carry on the fight we're doing to end the influence of big money in politics. So the billionaire corporations on one side and the billionaire corporations on the other side, neither of whom have our interests, cannot buy off the laws, and there can be a reasonable balance. Thank you.
You're writing it down, so hold on to the concerns to the very end where you can address them all. Next on stack.
My concern is that the nature of this problem is so complex that to submit it to this body is inappropriate.
Next on stack.
Well, he has a friendly
First off, to clarify the clarification that should have been clarified. At least by my understanding, this was proposed by Anonymous. Except for certain parts of it. So we can't stop this from happening. What he's got here is a modification. I would like to amend the modification. Rather than saying that we will start advertising and supporting anybody who or anything who has their
Anybody or anything who has their
stuff available for free. I would say modify it. To say that we would not boycott anything that has an explicit endorsement of Occupy on it. Copyrighted or otherwise. And if they make it available for free and endorse Occupy, maybe then we can go around telling people about it. Just a thought.
Donald's amendment. Okay. Next on stack for concerns.
I hope you like it.
I have a few concerns. My first concern is I think two of the other people concerned mentioned. Some of us know what ACTA is. And that is the international equivalent of like SOPA and FIFA.
That's the international equivalent of SOPA and FIFA.
But a lot of us don't. And that's sort of what this proposal is about. So we need more education about those. ACTA specifically. To have an informed Also, I think even though I know the point
I think even though I know the point
about not using social media networks,
about not using social media networks,
they are the best way to get the word out.
They are the
they're the
best
best
way
way to get the word out.
So I'm fine with not using them on the day. But if we consent to this,
But if we consent to this,
we shoot ourselves in the foot
in the
by
foot,
not using them as promotion,
by not using
not
them
using
as
this as
promotion.
promotion
leading up to the day.
leading up to the day.
That's it.
For sure.
I think we should use them anyway.
Not use what?
Next on stack of concerns. Anybody? Nope. Okay, now go ahead and address the everything.
Okay.
Fun.
On the state or the
Mic check!
Mic check.
Mic check!
Mic check. Mic's still working.
the question on using the word censorship.
The question on using the word censorship.
It is censorship.
It is censorship
because it is shutting down domain names.
Because it is shutting down domain names
that not only have copyrighted works that are infringing, but also other that are being censored. And taking away a domain name is censoring that domain name.
Taking away a domain name is censoring that domain name.
So it may not be censorship of other types of media, but it is censorship of web media.
So it may not be censorship of other types of media, but it is censorship of web media.
On the statement of promoting Occupy material, I would say that if we're to go around promoting Creative Commons licensed movies, books, artwork, it would be a very good idea for us to also include Occupy message.
Books, artwork, music.
If we are going to go around promoting free works that are available for people to download.
If we're going to go around promoting free works that are available for people to download.
It would also be a good idea for all those works.
It would also be a good idea for all those works
to be Occupy related.
To be Occupy related.
It would help.
It would help.
Where's the stacker?
I don't personally know of any of those right now.
I have a question.
So that's where it'd be good to get.
Well, that's why I said the Occupy endorsement.
He's talking about promoting works. Like who and how would that be promoted? And
because that makes it Occupy related.
That's my question.
Also on the social media.
And if they're asking social media to do it, I have to contact the social media.
Because if we promote.
I'm actually a new stack.
So on social media, I don't think it's shooting ourselves in the foot. Because we can advertise the event like we're doing now in the physical presence.
Because we can advertise the event like we're doing right now in the physical presence.
And then other people who haven't agreed to this. Will probably be using these networks anyways. I see you can stop doing that.
No, it's a really important point.
Did you see me?
Up here, then,
I'm doing it too. In case you didn't see over here.
I mean, not now, because
Stack's right here.
I guess media got here late, but come on.
Oh, I've been here since before you guys got here.
Stacks move.
It doesn't matter. Okay.
Who's got stacks?
Snide comments.
Let me just finish this and then we'll get to that. So.
I know where you're coming from, by the way.
It is somewhat of a complicated topic in the response to presenting this to a large group of people.
It is somewhat of a complicated topic in response to presenting it to a large group of people.
But we can only solve this.
By
discussing it.
Turn the discussion.
Alex.
And then providing more information on ACTA.
Wait, wasn't I on stack before, Alex? Was I on stack before?
I don't think we need to educate on these specific.
I don't think we need to educate on these specific
treaties and bills and whatnot. Because they'll keep returning.
And we need to go to the root of it.
so that they can't come back under different names.
Under different names.
We'll hear Alex's concern because you're adamant. Come on down.
I had a question first, though.
Did you get quorum?
She's got a question.
We actually have quorum now.
Yeah.
So, okay. Question?
Okay, yes. Yeah. My question has 3 parts, and you could answer them one at a time. It would be helpful.
Patty, Mike, check it out.
My first question is.
My first question is.
Was there something in there about?
Was there something in there about
promoting certain artists or
promoting certain artists
or films or whatever?
Or films or whatever?
So that's my first question.
Yes.
Okay.
Not specific artists.
Not specific?
No.
But what would be promoted?
Anything that's licensed under terms of Creative Commons would be.
Anything that's licensed in terms of Creative Commons.
That's a lot of stuff.
That's a lot of stuff.
Okay, and who would be promoting that?
And who will be promoting that?
Anybody that wants to participate on the March 1st event in Hollywood.
Anyone that wants to participate on the March 1st event in Hollywood.
Okay, I'm still not clear what's being promoted.
What is being promoted?
Yeah.
Any works that are licensed under Creative Commons.
Okay.
On that day only?
Wait, Alex.
Well,
no, that's the question.
Apparently, it's just a physical thing in Hollywood. That...
Okay, and my third question is, would you be willing to work with the social media committee and help us promote that?
Would you be willing to work with the social media committee and help us promote that?
Using sites such as Facebook and Twitter.
Yeah.
Using sites such as Facebook and Twitter.
Are you asking the social media committee to do that?
No, I'm not asking you to do that. I'm kind of indifferent personally if you do or don't.
Okay, then I have no question.
But anybody that's, yeah.
Okay.
Yes. All right. Alex, concern.
My friendly amendment actually probably would be better with the
my
social
concern.
media committee. That's your committee.
Well, I'm on the committee.
Trying talk with me about it
To
later.
strip
Let me know
away
what I want to know.
part of our voice.
Part of our voice.
Because some people feel that the resources are not on our side.
On our side.
That is basically it. Why are we stripping away our voice? Part of how we reach people.
I didn't hear that part.
Ever.
I didn't hear that part.
Why do we strip away our ability to communicate with others? That is what they're trying to do to us.
In other words, why are we going to boycott
That
things that
is
are
what
helping us?
SOPA and PIPA and ACT are all about. Taking our internet voice, our free speech away from us. And we want to do that to ourselves?
For how long, though?
It doesn't make sense.
And I hope Anonymous
At
won't
all.
either.
Absolutely not.
Because it would not
I've
help
written
us.
a paper about the specific topic
About the specific topic
of Facebook and Twitter.
of Facebook and Twitter.
Now, I don't want to get rid of them,
Fight, Jack!
but I don't feel it is an effective method.
But I don't feel it is an effective method.
So it's not saying you cannot do it.
It's not saying you cannot do it.
I don't think it's a good idea.
I don't think it's a good idea. Who here knows what happened last year at this time?
Who here knows what happened at this?
We had the Arab Spring. Egypt was able to get its voice out to the people thanks to Twitter. Anonymous turned the internet back on, and they could continue to use the internet. And Twitter. To get their voice out.
So Twitter has just done censorship. They're now censoring messages.
They're now censoring messages
based on what country you're in.
Based on what country you're in.
So I agree that it's an effective
Can I
method.
ask
The
another
internet is an
question?
effective method to communicate.
The internet is an effective method to communicate.
But these networks are easy targets.
For
malicious governments and organizations to shut down. If we don't rely upon them, And it does not matter.
It does not
Matter.
I have a question or concern. I'm not sure what it is. I think you should probably. Can you take this to the social media committee and discuss it with them? Because I think,
Yeah, that'd be good.
yeah.
I have another question.
Do you wish to take this proposal to social media?
Hi.
You wish to take this proposal to social media?
To be reformatted or to be addressed?
To be reformatted or be addressed?
No, not really.
No, not really.
No, not really.
Because I came here late. I didn't hear the proposal, but it sounds like you're asking us to stop using Facebook and Twitter.
No, just,
or is that just for one day?
Just for this event. Just for this event, not for.
Okay, we've done that like twice already.
Okay.
Yeah. But you might want to talk to us about it so we can help you with it.
Alex?
Yeah. Do you have alternatives?
Yes. There's Buddy Press for WordPress.
Buddy Press for WordPress.
The New York General Assembly is using it.
The New York General Assembly.
Will it work on my phone?
There's Diaspora, which is a project that is also started.
There's Diaspora. It's already started.
StatusNet.
StatusNet
Is a short message free software alternative.
Short message free software alternative.
There's a WordPress.
There's a WordPress.
Using WordPress is a great platform.
Again, will it work on my phone? I don't think so.
Not on your phone.
How many clients do these have?
Probably not.
It is a free software project. And
it's a free software project.
I couldn't get WordPress to
owned
work
by
on my
anybody.
computer.
It isn't owned by anybody.
So there aren't any clients.
Okay,
Of these.
accounts, if you want to be...
There's not accounts either.
Users.
You can't calculate. It's not quantitative.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, it's quantitative.
Diversity attack.
They have an exact number. They might know what it is.
For those that are involved and wish to listen to the General Assembly, come on in tighter.
They recreated the freaking wheels.
For anyone else,
And for anyone else
who wants to continue a different conversation,
Conversation.
step back a little bit.
Step back a little
We
bit.
got work here.
We got work here.
Okay, now
Okay, now
we're gonna read. Tim,
we're gonna read Tim.
Can we recount quorum?
yeah, we have quorum.
In this circle?
Can we recount quorum?
We're gonna do a recount of quorum.
Become quorum. To see if it's dropped below quorum since
We're
the
gonna
number of
count
people here
quorum
went
one
up.
more time.
He's counting people over there.
What?
He's counting people over there are not involved.
Who's involved?
Okay.
People in the circle.
It's cold.
People at the bus stop. Do we count the people at the bus stop?
What is that in his eyes? I agree with you. I think we should use social media until we can't.
So,
But I also
may
think we need to find
clarify something,
alternatives.
or would I have to get on Stack to do that, or is there no Stack for clarifying now?
We're waiting
or-
for quorum, so please don't. Go ahead.
Okay. About the social media thing, is this part of your proposal, or is this part of what Anonymous is already asking people to do, and you're asking people to like just not do it for a while or something?
Mic check.
That's okay. Okay, what I'm trying to clarify. Since this is actually a modification. To something that's going to happen whether we want it to or not. Is whether he is asking us. To not use social media. Or modifying. When we should not use social media or under what context. Or exactly what this proposal is asking us to do that's different from what's going to happen anyway. Does that make sense?
In saying when not to use social media, it would be specific for this action.
Be specific for this action
and any related promotion.
So the anonymous thing is not asking us to.
The anonymous thing is not asking us to do that, but I don't know. I mean, it's
because I agree with Alex. It's slitting our own throats. I would personally offer a friendly amendment to remove that part. But, you know,
anonymity, Facebook does not support anonymity.
Anonymity.
I think okay.
Because you have to use your real name.
If I
So
may.
in terms of like looking at is anonymous for this or against this, they're definitely against these.
If I may, I think a smarter thing to do would be to go ahead and use Twitter and Facebook, and if we don't like some of the things they're doing, use them to tell people on them that we don't like some of the things they're doing and what those things are.
But I believe it.
Diversity of tactics.
Tell people on Twitter what we don't like about Facebook. Tell people on Twitter what we don't like about Twitter. Okay, I'm just saying. So I would personally ask
is that you wish to include
to consider an amendment on that.
Facebook and Twitter. Instead of your proposal, or your proposed blocking Facebook and Twitter, which would be Occupy LA's endorsement of not using these social media platforms.
Oh, what if we've already been doing that?
No, but that's what this proposal is. That's the question.
Then join me.
Are you okay with amending it the way I was saying? The amendment would be rather than blocking them, rather than not using them, that we use them to tell people that if we use them, we also use them to tell people what we don't like about the things they're doing, rather than
I'm personally indifferent about it.
Okay.
But I could scratch it out.
Would you mind scratching it out then,
and it
or
really wouldn't matter,
or modify it in that way? Either one.
Sir, I'm
because I do feel it would be slitting our own throats to say let's not use what's helping us.
So the amendment on the floor.
Do you wish to adopt it?
I'm different about it.
You're different about it? Okay.
He's indifferent.
Yes.
I'm different.
I think it is an important point.
You're good at being
I
different.
think it is an important point.
Because I think that
Go get a free hat.
conflict.
Because I think that this conflict
is part of solving the problems we have with copyright.
is part of the problems we have in solving copyright.
So I don't feel totally comfortable scratching it.
So I don't feel totally comfortable scratching it.
And I don't feel totally comfortable leaving it in. Because it's not that I don't want them to be used to get the message out.
It's not that I don't want them to get the message out.
But I want to use something else.
Pick me.
All right. We're gonna take a temperature. Mic check. Mic check. Mic check. Mic check. We're gonna take a temperature.
Can you read it again?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, thank you.
Can you read it again in the form that you wish to propose?
Okay, what?
What?
Promote and encourage learning by giving credit to artists and authors. Guys, read the whole thing.
Just break it down to 4 or 5. Read the what and read the how.
Read the what and read the how? Yeah. So, what?
What?
Promote and encourage learning by giving credit to artists and authors.
Promote and encourage
Learning by giving credit to artists and authors
in a way that does not prohibit the free distribution of works with computers and the internet.
big, man.
Promote and encourage learning by giving credit to artists and authors in a way that does not prohibit the free distribution of works with computers and the internet. Boycott any works that do not allow free distribution. As any money spent towards this cause is a threat to the free and open internet. That is essential to participate. In direct democracy. So now the how?
Does anybody notice we don't actually have a lot of money?
Initiate a boycott on copyrighted works. That do not allow people to distribute. On computers and the internet. On March 1st. From around 10 a.m. To 6 p.m. On the streets of Hollywood Boulevard. meeting at Hollywood and Highland.
Meeting at Hollywood and Highland.
We will also promote the world of works that allow for the free distribution by the people such as works that are in the public domain or new works that are licensed under the terms of free culture approved licenses such as those from Creative Commons that a majority asks for attribution.
I don't understand.
We will set up websites, flyers, and signs to communicate with people with places to find these works online. We will refrain from using social media websites Facebook, Twitter, etc. Since these websites are poor examples of how to deal with copyright because they don't publish their own work and keep it held private indefinitely that does not benefit the public. Instead, we will entirely use free software to promote our message. Our signs can have domain names to these websites. We've already made one available at stophollywood.org. And we can work on many more in addition to working on improvements. We will meet Tuesdays at 7:30 here at the steps or Pershing Square when GA moves until March 1st to coordinate our actions.
Okay, mic check!
Mic check!
Mic check!
Mic check!
Temperature check!
Temperature check!
Let's see how you feel. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 5 hard blocks.
Did you get the one back here?
6.
We're gonna need 3 individual hard blockers to defend their hard block. And we're gonna need 3 individuals.
Who's got stacks?
Who's for this proposal? To advocate this proposal.
Who's got stacks?
So come on
Hi,
down.
hi.
Hey, how you doing?
Hugs. I can hug
For
you.
or against it?
Yes, you can. Unless you have, Ebola virus.
Okay, we're also doing progressive stacks, so for individuals who haven't had their... Yeah.
Oh my god, that smells so good.
Want me to bring one?
I can't eat it. I got both of my hands full.
Oh, yeah. It matters whether or not they've already said something?
Again, we're not assuming that they're not going to be right in what they have to say yet.
I'm just saying, I can clearly defend my hard block.
And they probably can too.
Can clearly defend my hard block. So.
Let's let someone else talk.
So,
Just saying.
we got
Let
one,
someone else
we got
talk.
2. Who's the other hard blocker?
Right here.
Right here.
I'm going to get
So you got
Nestor to
right here.
come up.
1, 1, and 1?
Yeah,
You're hard blocking or for
Yeah.
it?
Yeah. All right, so you guys get over here.
We got 3.
All right, now we need 3 people that are for the proposal.
We need hard blocks over here?
Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, we do actually. 3 people for the proposal. If you are sincerely for,
I like the idea of getting out there and talking to people about it.
you're for it? Cool. Okay. We need 2 other individuals that are for this proposal.
I would like to clarify exactly why I'm hard blocking.
You want to speak? Okay, cool.
If it's just one
We
day,
need 1 more individual.
is this one day of not using
That's
Facebook and Twitter?
No,
this
it's a whole
proposal.
month. It's a whole month of not downloading.
For anyone that
certain
was just doing
things.
the weekly
Oh, I'm totally
figures,
for that, but
you might have
I'm only
to
concerned about.
The one day is the thing that he's doing in Hollywood, and I'm not sure if,
So, okay.
if the not using Facebook and Twitter is intended for that one day or the whole month. I wasn't clear on that.
I think you said one day, right?
Cool. Yeah, absolutely. We're gonna
I
hear the
think he
first
wanted
hard
to make
block.
the way I understood it, he wanted to
Mic
make
check.
that permanent.
Mic check.
That
Mic
was my
check.
understanding.
Mic check. We're gonna hear. The first hard block.
First hard block.
Tim.
Tim, come on down.
Come on down, Tim.
I believe that this movement
Would
not be here right now.
not be here right now
People did not use
if people did not use
social media
social media
to get the message out.
to get the message out.
This proposal
This proposal
hurts the movement.
hurts the movement.
That is my hard block.
That's my hard block.
Cool.
Okay.
That's clear enough.
We're gonna hear 4. Hey.
I like this proposal
I like this proposal.
because it's going to happen,
It's going to happen,
if not now,
if not now,
in the near future.
in the near future.
I believe
we
need
need to
bite the bullet
bite the bullet
because
because
there are
there are abuses
of artists
going
going on,
on,
and it's getting worse.
and it's getting worse.
Yes, the artist needs to
Yes, the artist needs to
be compensated
be compensated
somehow.
Somehow.
But what's happening right now
But what's happening right now
is everything is going to
to
the mega corporation.
corporation.
And it's only gonna get worse.
It's only gonna get worse
if we don't do something now.
We
don't do something now.
I have a friend
I have a friend
who's an artist
who's an artist,
who was able to
Was able
to
scrape up
$1,000,
$2,000
$2,000
for hours and hours of
for hours and hours of
work.
Hard work.
Recently,
Recently,
there's been changes. Now he's making less than 100.
Less than 100.
He has to give up his work.
He has to give up his work.
It's gonna get worse.
It's gonna get worse.
This is only one day of action
This is only one day of action.
to show
show
our support,
in
my opinion, to the artist.
to the
The
artist.
artist.
We need to be sure
We need to be sure
our focus
Our focus
is on
is on
the big picture,
the
big picture,
not
not
on scraping the bottom of the barrel.
the bottom of the barrel.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The Facebook and Twitter things. on the
Next
event?
hard block.
Oh, just for the event.
Oh.
Okay.
That's true.
Okay. The reason I am hard blocking
The reason I'm hard blocking
are 3.
Three.
One, I didn't understand it. Okay, second
Second.
gotta understand.
is like how one day of inaction. What other occupies
What other occupies
will join us?
will join us?
Doing it by ourselves
Doing it by ourselves
doesn't quite make it
doesn't quite make it
as effective.
as effective.
And third off, if it's the mega corporations
It's the mega corporations
who were trying to
we're trying to
stop exploiting
exploiting
artistic endeavors
artistic endeavors
and individuals.
and individuals.
I can't see
I can't see
Facebook,
Facebook,
Twitter,
and
and other social media
other social media
exploiting us
exploiting us
or them.
or them.
Okay, cool. 4.
I was gonna make a quick statement because I think Kay.
Just want to make a quick statement because I think
Kay covered a lot of my
Kate covered a lot of my
endorsement of this.
endorsement of this.
Mic check.
Mic check.
First of all,
First of all,
whether or not we endorse this proposal, each individual person is going to choose how they participate. Whether they use the social media or not. So I feel, just to make that, we'll do what we please. We will each do what we please. I think to address a concern earlier, about whether this is promoting artists or discouraging artists, I think it's a topic of ownership of ideas, ownership of creative works, and whether we feel as human beings that we can freely exchange. I'll just make one note about endorsing those who are licensed versus corporate licenses.
Endorsing those who are licensed versus corporate licenses.
And to say, are we really looking to the system to endorse our work? Support these people and not those. How about support those who are sharing openly? And yes, discourage those who are limiting our images. And discouraging our participation in society. Including social networks. Which, from personal experience, have been blocked and shut down by these corporate bodies, these powers.
From personal experience, we've been blocked by these bodies and powers.
Bottom line, we each do as we please. And our collective endorsement from Occupy is not a mandate. Because this is not a governing body. Do as we please.
Okay, last hard block.
I agree, Annie, that this is up to the individual to decide whether or not we're going to boycott social media. Which is why I'm hard blocking it. Because the GA shouldn't dictate us here whether or not we can use social media. I don't think that's the function of the GA. And I like a lot of your ideas. But I feel like you should form an affinity group. And plan meetings. And find other individuals that wanted to help you organize this. And then bring it back. In such a way where us free individuals can choose whether or not to go along with your ideas. But I've never hard blocked anything before. But I'm hard blocking this. Because I feel like the GA should not even try to dictate these kind of things. To occupy Los Angeles.
Okay. Thank you. And the last four.
I'm planning to make a dramatic entrance.
Where's the last four?
That was loud.
Hi.
Hey, it's so bright.
Sorry.
Mic check!
Mic check!
Food check, mic check!
Food check, mic check!
Me too, come on. You guys talking over there.
Mic check!
I don't even care the bigot, sir.
We got a shenanigan
What
going
happened?
on.
Anyway, you can turn off the mic check. I just really need you guys to pay attention.
Hey!
You're actually kind of hard to hear from a distance. I don't know if you knew that.
Turn down the fence.
Mic check helps.
I'm really confused about this proposal. But there's something that's much bigger than this. In Congress right now, they are planning to cut Twitter. Along with other social media sites. Because they say that if you have accounts of these, you're not considered anonymous. That means if we are planning to mobilize grassroots style using social media.
That means if we're planning to mobilize grassroots style using social media.
Sorry, that was long-winded. Better example. If we are planning to port action. And you say something about it on Twitter. You can be arrested. For this act. That is in direct violation of our First Amendment. And Congress is trying to pass something called Twitter terrorism. Raise your hand if you have Facebook. I said, raise your hand if you have Facebook.
Raise your hand if you have Facebook.
Raise your hand if you have a Twitter account.
Raise your hand if you have a Twitter account.
Raise your hand if you posted anything about the occupation within the past 4 months.
Raise your hand if you posted anything about the occupation within the past 4 months.
Congratulations! We're all domestic terrorists! So the real question. What are we going to do about this? That is what I really wanted to point out.
Thank you, Lucky.
On it.
All right, Lucky. Mic check. We're going to hear the proposal one more time. Do you wish to alter it?
I would like to form an affinity group. Meet here tomorrow. And work on this. And we can come back. With any other proposals that we have. Yeah, for table for now, and meeting here tomorrow 7:30.
Table for now, and meeting tomorrow here at 7:30.
Okay. So my name is Braden. I'll be here tomorrow. My email address. Is Ronin. RONIN. At Braden. BRAYDON.com. Contact me.
Can you make it earlier because there's something happening at 7:30?
Yeah, what would be?
Like 6.
6?
Yeah.
6 works perfect. 6.
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock tomorrow here.
Can't have those happen at the same time? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I know.